Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction to the new Boku no Hero Academia chapter. 141 this week, and we had a week off last week, so excited to get back into things. We're kind of just in mid-siege right now, so I was kind of taking the break. Kind of hurt having to wait, but either way, 141 time. We're back. We're actually back to the fight with Amajiki. I'll do everything I possibly can, 3-on-1, will he make it out alive, replicating the attributes of what I've eaten, everything I can with this quirk of mine. So he's absorbing the blow with a muscle/octopus arm combo, and then preventing taking damage from the crystals by putting up layer upon layer of shells and carapaces. I see, you use your quirk well. Okay, but that's as far as you'll get. Everything. Number 141, the cleansing salvo behind. Using this quirk I spent 2.5 years at UA training non-stop. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Okay. I've unlocked size variability, multiple simultaneous activation, and free selection of which specific attributes I want to use. Now I'll take everything I can do now and put it all together. Synthesis of sundry. Chimera Kraken. And he just becomes a Kraken. Sort of. Comes part Kraken. Whoa! The only one who is needed is me. This is what he meant. Wake up, Tabe, it's time to feed. Oh shit. And then Tabe just bites the tentacles. Yeah, that's a really cool looking panel. Octopus. So good. So good. And he starts eating more of them. Ha ha ha. With a chin like that and those teeth, he can devour anything instantly. And he's got a stomach that instantly digests what he eats too. You can see there ain't ever gonna be enough to fill him up. Can't ya? God, that looks painful. But I gotta say, you two make a good match. Eraser took how his quirk would match up against mine into consideration and made sure to take him down before leaving. But I'll be okay because right now my movements are good. Okay? I'll just outmaneuver him. Then, what the? Hold up. What is that? A chunk of him was just taken by the thief guy. Was that a part of his face? Something covering his face? My, weren't you the one? Weren't you the one who wanted to fight 3-on-1, Sun Eater? It couldn't be that you were thinking you could coil us up with those big-ass tentacles and pin us down. And then he gets, oh shit, completely nailed in the face with the crystal guy's arm. I thought I got in a perfect shot, but he just barely managed to react. But that was too weak a defense to ward off my crystals. So good. And the guy's still eating him. He's coming to bite at me. The neurotoxin contained in sputum of the common octopus. I'll manifest it in my arm. Come eat it, because once you do, you'll be paralyzed straight away. And he bites off the rest of the tentacle arm. It was too damn big for me to steal before, but now that it's this size, it's a different story, and he took what was left of his arm. He gets nailed with the crystal again. They're laying down a steady flow by acting in sync. We may be trash, but pieces of garbage like us always got a strong camaraderie going. You're all going to be arrested. No matter if you beat me or not, there's no future for you. And so what? One among us couldn't fit into society and got discarded. One among us got backstabbed by his lover and had to shoulder a massive loan debt. Nothing but grub. Looks like he converts the food into his own power, huh? He wasn't even allowed to die, forced to spend his days sucking mud. one among us got used by a money-mad miser, and guess what happened? The second they found out the gems he formed were unsellable fakes, the folks of use to no one. Destroyed, utterly, and then, before the eyes of trash like us, he appeared. Come, you're with us cleansers now. You aren't men who'll rot in a place like this. So, we don't give a shit about your future. We'll repay the man who gave us worth by killing any obstacles to him. They're not following him out of fear, but this is closer to brainwashing. Is getting used and discarded really what you want? A hero like you would never understand, so die. This will be nothing like the last one. We may be trash, but pieces of garbage like us always got a strong camaraderie going. Think you can take this with your back to the wall? The crystal's still coming towards him. My attacks will be eaten, my defenses will be torn off. In that case, he nicks his foot into a chicken foot, kicks up pebbles at the one guy's face. I'll impede the starting point of their combo attacks. Thief only works on things he can see. That's why the police didn't point their guns at him. So, if you avert your eyes, then... What the... My crystals, he canceled them out. My crystals, you can't be... That's right. And then he grabs him with a giant-ass chicken foot. Your great teamwork showed the trust you have in each other. Must eat, must eat. Your circumstances, your rage, your sadness, I may not understand any of them, but the strength of those bonds I understand quite well. And he sends him flying into the wall, into the other two, rather. Your bonds are strong enough that you wouldn't simply use each other. So, you wouldn't eat a friend, would you? When it comes to the strength of friendship, he knows it well. Next issue, lead color, number 141, end. Alright, well, that was pretty quick and easy, actually. Quite quick, quite easy. But, yeah, it was pretty good. Was what it was. So either way, wow, 7 minutes. So yeah, either way, it was just the Amajiki fight. Enjoyable. However, oh wait, I'm going to review it now. Hold on, let's go through this thing. Let's go back to the beginning, discuss this a bit. Okay, so first off, we see where we were last week, and it's really awesome that Amajiki can, like, turn the muscle into sort of muscle tentacle combo, and he's putting up the carapace, of course, to protect himself as armor. The synthesis of Sundry makes him go pretty much full Kraken mode, long tentacles with crab claws on them. Then Tabe finally wakes up from when Aizawa knocked him out and starts eating the tentacles. And Amajiki even remembers that. Then it looks like it was something over his face that got stolen away. Then Thief Guy, once he stole that away, he gets hit in the face with the crystals. Okay. Then the guy's still eating him, so he tries to put toxin in his arm, but his arm finally gets stolen away by Thief Guy, and then he gets nailed again with the crystal arm. So it is sort of the same thing. The eating guy distracts him, while the thief guy takes away the part that's defending him, and the crystal guy hits him in the part that's now undefended. So, pretty much, he just defeats it. Well, we get a little bit of backstory for these guys, but it's nothing really particularly important or anything. Just we know that they were discarded. The manners in which don't seem terribly pertinent to us. So, then he kicked the thief guy in the eyes, but thief guy, it looks like the deal is that thief guy, even though he couldn't see, he still trusted his comrade, so he still used his quirk. And since he used it at that area, he tore the crystals away. I can't figure out how else the crystals just disappeared like that. So I think the thief guy tried to use his quirk, and it ended up tearing the crystals away since he couldn't see what was happening. So he sort of forced them to hit each other. And then he grabs Crystal Guy with his giant chicken foot and uses him as a wrecking ball to nail the eating guy and the thief guy who is still blinded. And those three are down for the count, it would seem. Then that's it. Yeah, so either way, I thought it was good. I thought it was a good fight. I mean, what more can you say? It was a good fight. I'm excited to see next week when we finally get into what other characters we're doing. That's just one thing that I would have... I'm not even going to say I would have really liked it for this episode. Would it have made... or this chapter. Would it have made this chapter a lot better? Yeah. But even without it, this is perfectly fine. Just a good fight chapter. So yeah, either way, that would be my reaction and my thoughts on it and all. So either way, if you did like the video, comment on there. Tell me what you thought of this week's chapter, what you thought of my thoughts and all that on it. It did seem a bit short compared to usual. Boku no Hero Academia typically has pretty long chapters, it feels like. Oh, but it could be because it's a fight chapter, and usually action-based chapters are a lot quicker to read because it's mostly action panels. Subscribe for more Boku no Hero Academia, both anime and manga, much more on the channel, and follow on Twitter if you want to try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel. That's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.